How's it going, everyone? John here. Welcome to another Destiny 2 guide. Today I want to make a guide for beginning players and maybe even returning players that focuses around the tower, which is a social hub or a social destination in the game of Destiny 2. Now, what I plan to do in this video is walk you through all the areas of the tower and explain each of those areas. That way you have a better understanding of this social space. Now, this is going to have chapters in this video as well, so you can jump around to different areas. That way you don't have to watch the whole thing, but you can watch specific parts that you're curious about. If you have any questions anytime in this video, let me know in the comment section below, and I do have a bunch of other guides on the channel as well to help beginning players. Alright, so get to the tower itself. You're going to go to one of two landing zones. This right here is a landing zone. This will bring you to the courtyard. This is where you're going to find a lot of the NPCs and a lot of areas that you're going to interact with. Or you can go to this landing zone, which also has some other areas that you can go and interact with other NPCs and stuff like that. So as you can see, I'm already at the courtyard. It's a fast travel when you're on the destination already. So if I'm here and I want to go to this one, I can just select that and it will fast travel it, and I'll be there in just a couple seconds, and vice versa. So let's go ahead and explore the actual courtyard itself. So over here to the left of the courtyard, you have a terminal quest archive. Now what this is it's going to allow you to go back and play some of the abandoned quests that you just didn't finish and everything like that in the past. So for example, if I wanted to go to Exotic and Legacy, you can see that I do have some that I can take back and try to complete. Even though they're abandoned, I can find them here and retrieve them and try to complete them. If we back up a little bit more, we have our Postmaster. Postmaster is very useful. So when you're playing the game and you fill up all of your slots here, either for weapons or for your armor, what's going to happen is when these get filled up, it's going to go to your Postmaster. So if you're playing a mission or something and you can't pick up an engram or you can't pick up some type of consumable, it's going to go to your Postmaster here. Now your Postmaster is also going to get full, so you want to make sure that you come over here to your Postmaster pretty frequently, so that way you can see if there's any items, whether it's weapons or armor, engrams, consumables, or anything like that, that might be stored here, so that way you don't end up not being able to pick up anything that you might not be able to pick up when you're playing, say, a strike or something like that. Because if your character is full and your Postmaster is full, then you technically pretty much lose any opportunity of that loot that you would have obtained if you had available slots. So you want to make sure that both of those are pretty open for things to fall into. To the right of the Postmaster is your Eververse. This is technically the store, and you can access this pretty easily as well without being in the tower. So the store is pretty self-explanatory. There's different areas that you can look into. Under the featured area is going to have the weekly offerings. So every Tuesday, Destiny does a weekly reset, and that is going to reset the stuff in the store and other areas in the game as well. But the store itself will have a weekly reset, so the weekly offerings are going to change. And right now you can get stuff like armor bundles, you can do finishers, weapon ornaments, and stuff like that. And these all cost real world money. So unfortunately, if you want to get any of the stuff, you do have to buy silver with your real world money to be able to purchase some of the things. Now there are some things that do let you buy stuff with Bright Dust. Now Bright Dust is very scarce on how you get it, so you don't want to go and blow it very quickly. Now Glimmer is something that you will be able to get very, very, very easily in the game. So that you can go and spend like crazy. But when it comes to the store, you can only buy stuff with your silver or with Bright Dust. So you also have seasonal stuff that you can buy. So this is going to be the same thing, whether it's like bundle packages for vehicles or stuff for your like your armor bundles and stuff like that, weapons, skins. Then they have recommended for other stuff like ghost shells and emotes and finishers and stuff like that. Then for archive, this is stuff from the past that you can go and purchase if you didn't get a chance to purchase that stuff in the past. Now you get a chance to still do that because it's archived. So that's stuff from previous seasons. Then Bright Dust. So this is where you'll be able to see what everything is available for your Bright Dust, whether it's going to be emotes and stuff that you might want to have whenever you're like playing the game and you're just waiting for people, or you want to taunt them or something like that. Then you have vehicles with Bright Dust and shaders for your character with the Bright Dust that you can buy if you like that shader. And then the consumables, these always seem to be the same every week. So Glimmer Shard, a way for you to get more Glimmer, and then the Concentrated Matter Gem, which helps you get upgrade modules. And then if you have any expansions that you need to buy, then you can buy those expansions. But that's everything with the Eververse. You can also get to the Eververse by opening up the map and then tabbing over 3 times, and it brings you right to the store. So again, you don't have to be in the tower in order to see tests from the Eververse. Moving along, we also have the lovely tree over here. So this is where you're going to go for when you upgrade your rank and your Guardian rank. So for Guardian ranks, that is going to be over here in your character. So if you go over to Journey, you have these things called Guardian ranks. Now, every time a new season comes out, we all get defaulted down to 6 if you've been playing the game for a while. If you're a brand new player, you're going to be starting at 1 as you're doing the new light quest. And as you keep progressing, you're going to be able to go to this tree, and you will pretty much just interact with it. It's going to make you all glowy. It's going to make you feel good. And that's pretty much it. And then it's like, okay, cool. Here's some new challenges for you to complete to get to the next rank and the next rank, and so on and so forth. But it's a nice way of showing that, you know, you achieved something, and again, makes you feel good. Moving over here, we have Commander Zavala. This is one of the Vanguards, and this is where you're going to be able to start getting some rewards. Now, there are going to be certain NPCs that are going to give you the ability of ranking up by doing certain activities to be able to get these rewards. So as you rank up, this bar is going to fill up, and once this engram fills up, it's then going to allow you to get this first reward. Now, as you can see, this one for the enhancement cores is going to require you to be rank 4, and this would be for a shader at rank 7, and so on and so forth. Now, once you fill all the way up to rank 16, I believe it goes up to rank 25, and then you can pretty much like prestige it, which would then reset all these again. So if you like doing certain activities for the Vanguard, which is going to be the actual Vanguard playlist over here. So these different modes, if you just grind the heck out of these modes, you'll be able to start ranking up in the Vanguard, and that's going to then help you increase your chances of getting these rewards pretty quickly, because you're going to rank up the Guardian rank for Zavala. Now, another thing about these engrams too is you can either just select the engram and it's going to give you something random, or if you have engrams sitting there, you can go to the focus decoding and you can select whichever one of these you want, as long as you have the requirements. So if you look at the bottom here, it says that I need to have a Vanguard engram, and I also need to have a Nightfall cipher. So for you to have a Nightfall cipher, you would have to go to the Vanguard playlist here, and you want to see what you could potentially get for rewards. So for Nightfalls, I won't be able to get any of the ciphers, but if I go to Grandmaster Nightfalls, which are extremely hard, are going to give you Nightfall ciphers. So as long as you have that and you have all the requirements, then you will be fine to be able to do a focus decode, and you can also do the same thing with Legacy Gear. Now, Legacy Gear, as you can see for this, it just requires you to use Glimmer and also to have the Vanguard engrams. So not everything is going to require the cipher, so you just have to see what materials you need, and if you don't have them, you just go to the Vanguard playlist and make sure you're selecting the right playlist mode in order to get them. So then we're going to go over to Shaxx. Shaxx is going to be Crucible. Now, Crucible is the PvP mode, so if you like playing against other players in multiplayer, this is going to be for you. So again, as I explained, you still have the Guardian rank here. You still have rewards, kind of follows the same suit. You can still decode everything. And for this one, it's just crucible engrams. And for legacy gear, looks like it's going to be the same thing. So that is going to be for Crucible. Now, Crucible is also up here in your Destinations tab. So for Crucible, this will kind of change every week as well. So there's going to be different modes, and they kind of rotate around and stuff like that. Sometimes we even get Trials of Osiris, which is a very competitive mode for some people. Some people think it's not super competitive, but it comes around ever so often, and it does give some really good rewards. But like I said, each week these modes are going to change, and again, they are going to show you some of the type of rewards you can get when you hover over whatever it is. Now, not everything is going to give you any type of specific reward, but it at least lets you know what you could potentially get. So if we move over here, we have our vault, and there's actually two of them. There's one here, and there's one here. It doesn't matter which one you go to, it accesses the same exact vault. And basically what the vault is going to allow you to store anything from your character that you either want to not accidentally dismantle, or something you just simply don't use anymore. So when you're in the vault, you can hit F1 or bring up your character if you're on console. I'm not sure where the controls are for that. And you just kind of hover over something that you don't really want, and you just hit the button for store, and then it's going to go into here. And if you accidentally grab something you didn't want to put in there, you can switch the sorting. So you can switch it to where it shows sort by newest, and then it's going to be the first one that got thrown in there. You can also sort it by rarity, so if you want to have it by exotics, and then like legendary and everything like that, all the way down to different materials and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the vault. It's pretty self-explanatory. Store things or take things out, essentially. Now, this right here, this is your exotic archive. This is the Monument of Lost Light. And what this allows you to do is go into the past, whether it's all the way from the very beginning of Destiny 2 with the Red War, all the way up to right now. And you can grab any of these exotics that you want, as long as you have the requirement material. For this, it's going to be an exotic cipher as well as using Glimmer. So as long as you have those, you can go through and just kind of grab any item that you don't have that you would like to. And you can also do that with legacy gear as well. Now, you want to make sure that you are, again, following the materials that you need. For example, this just requires Glimmer. So like I said, Glimmer is something very easily to obtain. And it's also something that's going to be spent a lot because it is the primary material that you are going to be using for when you like buy things or get quests and stuff like that. So right here, Master Rahool, the Cryptarch, he's actually had a little revamp after the final shape. So he will be able to decrypt engrams. These are exotic engrams, but there may be other ones that fall in here that he'll be able to decrypt. Now, he also has a rank as well. So as you can see, I have 5 here. I'm also working towards the rank as well. And then once I hit rank 7, I'll be able to get these enhancement prisms. But I can also get other materials from him. So by having something like a dark fragment, I can get 10,000 glimmer from him. I can also get enhancement prisms by using other materials, and so on and so forth. Now, I can also do the focus decoding, but I don't have enough material, so that's why they're grayed out. But this allows you to do advanced decryptions, and you can choose on what type of engram you want to try to decrypt from. Or you can simply just select an item once you have all the available materials. Like I need to have 2 Ascendant shards in order for me to be able to get this gauntlet. You can also get ships from him. And you can also get vehicles. Moving over into the middle here, we have our Gunsmith. Now, our Gunsmith here, he also has the same thing with the rankings. And same thing with this, where you can get materials or rewards. Not materials, but you can get rewards. But he also has bounties. So every day he's going to have bounties. And I recommend you guys doing the bounties because it's going to give you XP. It's going to give you the Gunsmith rank progress. It's also going to give you enhancement cores. So daily, you should be able to get at least 4 enhancement cores by completing these daily bounties from the Gunsmith, and they're usually super easy to do. But you can also get other ones, but they're not going to give you anything other than XP. So even if you just do these 4, you're fine. You can also do focused decoding for the engrams as well, as long as you have the materials. You can also get featured weapons from him. I definitely recommend reading each one of the weapons and see what kind of perks they have. So if you open up a weapon, you see these different perks, they kind of explain what they are. And if it seems like it's something that's going to be good for you, then go ahead and grab it. Now, the thing about these weapons is they may not be super powerful, but you can always dismantle those from something that is a powerful weapon that you are not going to use. So if you open up your character and you find something like this 1932 Risk Runner, if I didn't want to use this anymore, I could dismantle it to give that 1930 power to any of these weapons that he has. And I do have a video on how to do all that type of stuff on the channel as well, so I'll link that for you guys. And then you can also purchase upgrade modules, or upgrade modules from him. You just have to use some enhancement cores and some glimmer to do that, and the max you can hold is 25 of these upgrade modules, which you are definitely going to be using a ton of these throughout your journey in Destiny 2. Now you also have your terminals, special deliveries. So anything that is received as like special gifts or rewards from other like various sources and stuff, you're going to find them in here. Now we're going to make a little bit of a run. We're going to head on over to the far side of the map here, and just to kind of show you guys where I'm heading. I'm over here. We're heading over to Saint 14. So this is Trials of Osiris. So you can complete the ranks in Trials of Osiris. You still got rewards. You can do the focus decoding, just like I explained. And then same thing, you just gotta make sure you have the materials for any of these weapons and armor pieces and stuff like that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fast travel. So we're all the way over here. We don't want to run all the way back just to get on this side of the map. So here's our fast travel. We're just gonna hold it down. It's gonna take just a few seconds, and then we will be fast traveled over to the other side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the Drifter. Now the Drifter is all about Gambit. Gambit is kind of like a PvP/PvE tug of war type of game mode. Definitely hard to explain very briefly, but I can cover that in another video if you guys are curious. But again, as you can see, Guardian ranks, you got engrams, rewards, focus decoding, and then same thing with the legacy armor pieces and everything like that. Now, if you do want to play Gambit, Gambit is going to be up here. And it is just going to be a 4v4 co-op is what it says. And this is, just like I said, it's like a tug-of-war of back and forth gunplay where you have to take out enemies and pick up motes, bank the motes, summon blockers and stuff like that to the enemy side, which are like bigger taken enemies, and you're trying to get 100 motes into your bank to summon a primeval, so that way you can take out the primeval, and the first one to get the primeval taken out first wins. But there's a little bit more to it than that. So this is Ada1. I don't really interact with Ada1 all that much, but she sometimes does have some pretty good exchange items here. So you can get upgrade modules, you can get shaders, she has armor, but she also has bounties that are specific to different types of modes. So this would be like for Vanguard, this is Crucible, Gambit, Destinations, or even doing raids and dungeons. So you can get some pretty good like XP and everything like that just from doing it, but then you also get some materials as well, but nothing too crazy. It's probably why I don't really ever go to her for anything, but that's where you'll find Ada1. But for some of these like multiplayer modes like Crucible and Vanguard and stuff like that, I could definitely cover those in like other videos like just dedicated to them, because that alone is just going to kind of give you a good idea of what those modes are like. So over here is Hawthorne. She is going to have some bounties for you depending on what it is that you're wanting to do. And now when I say that is because you could do gambit matches, you could do crucible, or you could do stuff with raids and everything like that, and like nightfalls. So like she always has like something going on, so I definitely recommend you guys taking a look at Hawthorne just to kind of see what she has in terms of weekly reward or weekly bounties for you. And as you can see here, I do have some that I can claim from her. So I can claim this, and I will claim those. So as you can see, that engram gave me some leg pieces, and there's also some quests and stuff with raid banners. Then we have the last Vanguard here, and that's going to be Ikora. So you can grow your light. This is going to be the 3 main subclasses: Void, Solar, and Arc. And there's different things that you can obtain for your class abilities, and they're going to cost glimmer and everything like that. So I definitely recommend going through them and grabbing them and everything like that. So like this one, grab that one. And then once you're done grabbing those, she's then going to ask you to meditate, which would be this thing right here. You're just basically going to do that. And that's pretty much it. And now you have them unlocked. She also has new light kits, and this is also something new. So the only thing is, if you've already got stuff on there, it says choosing a new light kit will change your current equipped items and subclasses. So I say try these out first before you do anything and see how it goes. And then she has a quest as well. But you guys, that is pretty much everybody here in the tower that you're going to be interacting with. I know there was a lot to go over. There was a lot of explanation that I was saying. But just kind of go into the tower yourself, interact with people, and just kind of explore it. And you know, over time, you'll figure out this tower pretty quickly. You're going to be here quite often, you know, getting stuff with like engrams, your Postmaster, and then certain bounties and stuff. So you'll be in the social space quite often, and you'll get the hang of it. But if you guys do have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more, and don't forget to take a look at the other guides that I have for Destiny 2 on the channel. I have a lot of other videos that I'm going to be adding to help new players, and I'm always up for suggestions. So if you guys have any, drop those in the comment section as well. But thank you so much for your time and watching today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.